You're watching the round two match of the People's League between the 83rd Armored Reconnaissance, or 83AR, and Hell Let Loose Elite, or HLLE. This is the first time these two teams have faced each other in the league. 83AR are tied for fourth place and are coming off a loss to KRRC in round one, and they'll be looking to turn things around today with a win. HLLE are tied for first place, having beat WRTB in the previous round. Will they be able to establish a winning streak today? Stay tuned to find out. I'm Tritium, and I'm the producer for the stream today. I'm joined by Hercules on play-by-play, with color provided by Caparzo. Caparzo, can you kick us off with an overview of the map?
Yeah, Tritium, thanks so much for that introduction. So today we're on Utah Beach here, I believe, and we will be seeing the midpoint of West Veerville, or I'm sorry, this is Omaha Beach, midpoint of West Veerville. So looking like 3 linear points to the north to start, followed by WN7 in the middle, in the fourth point, followed by Dog White on the beaches. Herc, what are you thinking coming into today's match?
Man, I'm thinking that these teams are probably glad that midpoint is not artillery battery, because that point is terrible. West Veerville's not too bad. It's gonna that kind of linear on the northwest side is gonna kind of provide ample opportunity to establish an assaulting front line that will also act as a defense for rear battery. It's just going to offer a lot of different plays, especially with this map, a lot of different map control, little like spots in the sectors that are super important for different approaches onto the points.
Absolutely. When I see West Veerville, I think back to a game that I played not too long ago against 7th Legion, where we had a very difficult time taking West Veerville because once the midpoint is controlled, there's a few houses up there in the north side of the map that make crossing that field to the north nearly impossible. And if you have a couple good machine gunners, you can really shut down an enemy team going that way. So it'll be interesting to see how, especially the German side of things, handle their business. Because if you're losing, you basically lose an entire half sector that you can kind of push into the point. So I think that Church will obviously be a big part of the match as well, towards the southern side of the point, and certainly controlling the southern routes into the point are going to be huge, as that's really the only flanking opportunity afforded to you when you're up against the map edge like this.
And what I really expect to see, whichever team takes this middle point to do, as they're probably not going to have very much presence on the actual point, because like we're saying, this map is it's got so few points of approach, so they're going to try to control those outer segments and shut down any approach on the point itself before they even have a chance. So I don't expect to see a whole lot of defense on the point, but of course that's how I would play it, and everybody does it their own way.
That's for sure. Let's check in with Flournoy from the 83AR right now. It looks like he's in the tank headed towards the middle point right now, trying to help his boys get in. Let's take a closer look here. HLLE takes the initiative with the first cap pressure.
Get there. Hey, get ready. Hey, load AP enemy tank front. Down the road. Hey, enemy tank front. Watch yourselves. On the road, Lutz.
And you kind of see Floor.
Oh,
They found that tank. They're in the middle of that battle,
wow.
and it looks like they're gonna veer off to the side and escape. Oh, never mind.
Oh goodness, that was super intense right there. Oh my goodness. Maybe in the spirit of that armor battle, let's check out BurgerBridge with Hell Let Loose Elite, who I believe it looks like he's in the Lux.
Nope, no eyes. Must be laying down.
Looks like he's just beelining it straight for their blue line garrison, it appears.
Oh yeah, I do. Right, 120. Literally left, hook gun left now. Literally on ping.
Copy that, rotating.
If they're able to find
Definitely.
and take that garrison that they're pushing from, that'll be huge for Hell Let Loose Elite.
And they weren't there.
Well, even if they don't, they are definitely applying the pressure onto that point right now.
Oh, absolutely. I think you're seeing Panzer IIs or Lukes is used a lot more in competitive matches, especially in the beginning for just this purpose, like hunting out that initial garrison and trying to stop the pressure from the other team into the point. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter here as Hell Let Loose Elite comes away with the initial capture on West Veerville. Hey, Tridia, maybe we check in with Private Ryan for Hell Let Loose Elite here. He's running infantry on their side of things.
Energy, you've got your exposed, if I can get behind it.
Coming right now, yeah.
I was just about to say, I've been watching the infantry side, and again, like all of the other streams we've done, it's just kill screen after kill screen. Hopefully Private Ryan will stay up for a little bit, and we can kind of see how that team is going to work there. I wonder if Hell Let Loose Elite is going to immediately put pressure. Oh, a little bit of contact. I wonder if they're immediately going to put pressure onto that next point, or if they're going to try to really establish a defensive.
Yeah, and as we see here, Private Ryan goes down, and I think that, like we were saying earlier, that southern part of the point is going to be hectic with tons of teams, with both teams vying for control of that area, and making sure that the team isn't able to get that easy flank through those buildings to the south.
Medium's down. Nice shot, Andy.
Somewhat close to his jet.
Yep, outpost destroyed.
Nice.
One dead.
Nice.
We'll see what Private Ryan's able to do this next life. We'll stay with him to the south here. Looks like his squad's goal is to move on to the attack, judging by those move markers he's got placed there. So maybe we'll get some action here as they move in. Looks like he's having some issues getting the spawn timing right. So maybe in the meantime, Trit, we take a look at Aus for 83 AR. He's running infantry for them on their side of things. He looks like he is playing defensively at WN71.
Yeah, and he's kind of down. Last I saw, he was on that south side, southwest side maybe. I think he's trying to meet any potential flanks down there.
Yeah, and looks like he might have just encountered such a flank. Hell Let Loose Elite looks like they're pushing down the beaches, or on that side of things from the north down into WN7. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to kind of stem the tide on their way into the point. Taking a bit of a stroll around, seeing what he's able to see. Hot outpost to the northeast of his position. I'm sure that'll be where he starts heading. While we wait for the maybe attack to heat up a little bit, let's check in with the attackers. Like we were saying earlier with Private Ryan, looks like he's meeting some contact on his way to the point just from that northern flank. And I, of course, have jinxed him as always. So I'm sorry, Private Ryan. We'll stay with you here, though.
Shit. Jump on.
That's what happens every time. That's the difficulty that we have ran into trying to stream these matches. It's just constant kill screens. These teams are so good at doing what they do that they're just killing each other constantly. It truly is a battle of attrition with these guys. Yeah,
it looks like Private Ryan's having some, with the spawn situation being so difficult as well here for Hell Let Loose Elite. They have good spawns set up around the midpoint here, but it seems like they're kind of losing control of those deeper flanks to the south. Again, map control on a grander scale is always going to be important when the match is 90 minutes. Or 90 minutes, and you have a point that borders the map.
now. What are our tanks doing?
Looks like we're back to that village over here. Herc, like we said, is going to be a big part of the match here. It's a very transitional part of the map, and map controlling here is going to be a premium for attackers and defenders.
Right, check flare in front of us. Yeah. Go pop OP on here before the push.
Yeah, I think a lot of the contact is going to be definitely be happening in that Fox 5 area through that town south of West Verville and west of WN71.
They've fucking got something right there, 100%.
Like he's being able to push pretty cleanly here, only just now taking contact, it appears. So defense for 83AR might be, you know, getting a little pulled towards the point.
Yeah. Just don't spawn for rejuvenated.
Just a little recon 18 going.
Vehicle, mate.
Killed by Ryan there.
Tank somewhere on the road. Yeah, tank on road.
It's been hit once. Nice.
Oh, able to take out that 75 from 83AR, living up to their name of Armored Reconnaissance. They are, they are definitely willing to throw tanks at you all game long. I know from experience playing them, they are a tough clan when it comes to their armor support.
We're looking pretty clear up to this wall, boys. There's nothing on.
Speaking of armor, let's go ahead and check out 83AR armor side with Floor. Looks like he's searching for something. I think he's back at the artillery for HLLE, and he's just gonna demolish them real quick, as we see a lot of recon tanks do.
Yeah,
How many times have we heard that call out, Herc? You know, the recon tank is killing us on Arty.
take out that transport if you want to.
And what do you do? What do you do? You can't take a, you can't really kill them unless you are AT.
Mm-hmm. You got to send a guy back, really, to deal with them. And, you know, that's kind of what they want you to do. Take a guy away from whatever that they could be doing to deal with, you know, that on top of your artillerymen who are having a difficult time.
Kind of a hard one to get out of. Yeah.
Looks like they're getting
Looks
a
like they
decent
did
amount
their
of
job,
pressure.
and they're getting ready to roll out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe a good time to switch back to Private Ryan, who looks like he's now made his way into the objective, and he is popping helmets off their heads as he pushes these trenches. So let's see what he's able to cook up here. An outpost.
Harry's on ping.
Buys the Gary.
Stewie isn't down the OP, might go. He's driving right at me.
Yeah, that ping.
Ah, got me. He drove right over me.
Love those grenade headshots, Herc.
Yeah, see, it's on the way. It's like over here.
Yeah, I love them until it's happening to me.
Wrong ping, sorry, outpost marks tank.
Oh, what a push. What a push by Ryan. Held out as long as he could. I'm sure he's telling his squad to get over there. Maybe we check back to Aus on 83AR. He was one of the defenders that was trying to stop Private Ryan there. So let's see his perspective. P3AR just having a tough time dealing with this onslaught from HLLE right now, it appears. What do you say we go back to Private Ryan now, who's back up and back assaulting the point? know we're having a lot of back and forth here, but we could get to see both sides of this push here, and it's really quite a sight to see these two teams going at it right now.
It's that same. Nice, Jay.
I'm not talking.
Commentators cursed again. Good stuff here, though, on the attack from HLLE.
And that's really the biggest problem we have with having to do it the way that we do. Admin cam would solve this 100%. Let's go T17 for admin cam.
I'll be the first to sign that position, Herc.
There must be another Gary down there. Or OPs at least.
Ryan looks like he's got a good OP on the point, so he's right back into it.
They've got another tank coming out of the middle.
That Gary might have gotten taken out from
And we see,
earlier.
I think Aus is coming up to meet him in about the same area.
Straight south, in the trenches.
Oh, this
We
is gonna
switch
be
over to him real quick. We see him firing down the trench line. But we're also seeing Ryan throw some grenades. Kind of a grenade war between the two. They're definitely head to head right there.
Oh, and it looks like Aus's grenade won that battle, Herc. It's a good call.
It sure did.
I wouldn't want to be going up against a Thompson and trench with the G93. So you know,
Oh, but it looks like Aus didn't last for much longer.
yeah.
And Ryan is back up and on the move.
Let's check Ryan
Just
out here.
applying a tremendous amount of pressure onto that point. They definitely want it.
Might work, scared.
Really relentless push here. Love to see this.
Hold here and just peek and shoot.
OP splashing.
Yeah, loads on ping. Absolute load.
You gotta love Hell Let Loose, man. The guy's arm came rolling at him as he was leaving the trench. That's just carnage.
Some people call it a PTSD inducer. Sometimes it can be.
Certainly can hurt.
Some coming here as well, Shaky. I've got one. There was a few more, but there's smoke on that side now.
Well, trying to get a couple of glimpses at the map. I'm not really seeing a ton of pressure by 83AR onto that midpoint. I think right now they are just very focused on trying to create a defensive screening to hold HLLE off as long as they can.
Yeah, trying to stabilize this has to be the #1 thing, and then you could start to think of offensive maneuvers. But you also don't want to turtle yourself too much and give them free reign to just assault you with their full attackers.
They've pushed that bunker now, that little one.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and then see if we can get round.
Takes out Aussie there with that little flank.
Yep, looks like he's pushing into the trench now. Again, just trying to get and establish some pressure on that point.
Oh, really, really good work there by Ryan. Really slaying out, but I think he might have been right in front of an OP.
And he did take some bullets there himself, but he did put in some work before he did.
That helmet is on ping now.
Good OP. 2 seconds and I'm there. They've got quite a lot of info coming out of middle HQ.
Switching back up over to Aus. We see him again pushing back onto that point, trying to provide some defense, trying to get some grenades thrown into there. Seeing a lot of smoke, presumably from HLLE trying to mask their approach.
Yeah, and on my other window here, I see Ryan going again for that southern flank. So we might see these two meet up again here. On Aus's right is where Ryan might be coming up from here in a second.
But it looks like Aus just went ahead and pushed straight into that trench line. And Ryan will be coming up behind him. If he pushes right, but he does not. He went left.
Oh, goodness.
We might see Aus turn around. When he does, he'll be face to face with Ryan.
Looks like he's determined to just take the ground and try to maybe delete the spawn, but Rye ends up going down here, but it looks like Aus is moving up ahead with the satchel.
Yeah. What a good bait. But it does look like 83 AR are losing their current point. HLLE is just continuing to push in with that pressure. Hopefully the satchel will kind of slow that down.
Yeah. Looks
And it
like
looks
they're
like it
back to
does. As soon as the satchel goes off, it flips over to defending. So that
I don't
was
think-
obviously a well-placed satchel.
Yeah, lots of enemy infantry coming from that direction. Definitely well timed. Let's go back quickly to Ryan here, and he's back on the objective. He is basically living in this trench line at this point, so he is trying his best to help his team flip the point.
And with his point of view, we do see that they are back to capturing that point. Hopefully for them, gonna continue to see that pressure go in. It looks like they're 1-to-1 chevron on point, so pretty even across that. It'll depend on who gets the most in there next.
I think it's
Sir, they do have a tank. 83 AR does on the point, which is
tank on ping.
kind of the ace up their sleeve right now, taking Ryan out here.
And with that, we see actually both of our infantry are down, but we do see 83 AR's floor in an armor pushing up into that defensive point. If we go ahead and switch over there, we'll see him kind of watching that ridge line up there.
This is definitely a hard place to help your team out when you're in a tank.
Hit him again.
But he's able to kind of help his team delete these flankers that are running on the other side of this barbed wire. So I know Ryan was having a lot of success with that earlier, so this is definitely going to help the team out.
And I gotta tell you, the guy that floor just blew up was Ryan off of HLLE. He was trying that same flank he's been trying, and Floor was there to kind of prevent that from happening. So Floor's definitely putting in some good work on the eastern side of that point. Unfortunately for them, they were still losing it. I'm trying to catch a glimpse of that map to see if they still are.
Well, speaking of glimpses of the map, I just see on 83, or I'm sorry, HLLE Elite did drop an airhead. I saw just to the west of the point, trying to capitalize here, and they are still capturing. Maybe we quickly go back to Ryan, who spawned on that airhead, and see if this wave of infantry by HLLE Elite is enough to kind of be the straw that broke the camel's back of 83 AR in this defense.
Yeah, and we'll see him pushing in hard, pushing in fast, not really stopping to check for corners or anything like that, trying to find anybody. He's just pushing in as quick as he can.
Securing that, I guess it would be the southern flank, making sure that the defenders aren't able to get up from the bridge, and he is certainly succeeding.
And with that, they have taken the point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder, especially on a map like this where you have such a height advantage, if they'll take that momentum into the point or if they'll consolidate their gains a bit. But, you know, I think at this point,
Yeah, I'll keep pinging him for you.
Ryan looks like he wants to go.
Tiger got
I
it.
think it would definitely be beneficial if they could get something set up on that south blue line to kind of flank around into the south side of that last point. I'm not sure if 83 AR is going to be able to effectively establish a defensive if HLLE pushes the attack right here, because they do have the high ground advantage. They do have that momentum. But if 83 AR can sneak around, maybe capture that point back from the north, catch HLLE unawares, then they have the potential to just go ahead and walk back to that center point as well. So it's all going to be about how these teams play these next few minutes.
You want to get a Gary up on LP?
Yeah, if you don't mind, mate, that'd be fucking grand.
Go
Whoever's next, mate. Yeah. To be fair, we'll push down to move and we'll get it up down there. A little bit more of a bit more pressure on it.
Infy on ping.
Down with the broken building. Yeah, nice.
How's he not dead? I just hit him.
Ah, the fuck's he hit me there?
Catching a glimpse off of Aus up there. If we'll go ahead and switch to him. He was just in the point for a second, and we saw that HLLE had 0 chevrons on that last point. So it does not look like they've really capitalized on that next push there.
I think you see that, that could happen when in that transitional phase of where you're taking your defenders from the previous point and transitioning them up to the new front. You kind of have that slight window where maybe the point isn't as defended as it, will be in a minute and a half's time. So if 83AR would have been able to capitalize there, that could have been huge for momentum in the match.
It absolutely could have been. I do think that HLLE is going to try to push on Dog White from the north. We see Aus kind of rotated up there, putting some pressure back against him.
Tim, with this Thompson, I'd want to get close as I can and get in those trenches, especially where you're going to have the most advantage.
And he is certainly not shy with his grenades either. He just pushes them and throws those grenades as quick as he can. With him going down, let's switch over to Ryan. It looks like Ryan's kind of trying to find a little bit of a weakness on that last point. He's currently up on that top ridgeline right now, and he just cannot seem to find that opening. Still taking some shots. Of course, goes down almost as soon as we go over to him, but we can still... Yeah, we can still kind of see that HLLE is trying to probe that ridgeline to find out that weakness.
Gets a good Gary spawn here. We could stick with Ryan as he kind of pushes southeast into Dog White. Still, Hell Let Loose Elite doesn't look like they have a garrison that's like super centrally placed in front of the point, but I'm sure that is what they're working on to get the full main assault going.
Yeah, it would definitely be helpful for HLLE if they were able to establish some southern garrisons off of WN71, but they have not been able to, at least from what I can see. I don't think they have any southern garrisons, so I think that's going to be really critical to any sort of push that HLLE puts onto Dog White.
How's that not hit? I've got one left hand go.
The Greyhound, which actually is Flournoy.
It sure is.
But I was about to say, let's go to Flournoy, but Flournoy is in the KIA screen already. Those recon tanks are not often long for the world.
But Ryan doesn't stay up for very much longer either. Looks like the only one that is up right now is Burger, and I think that he is traveling to get to that southern edge of WN71, maybe trying to get to that ridge line and provide some of that high ground pressure.
Yeah, let's check in with Burger, but I was about to say, I think if the tank gets up there and is able to kind of shoot down with the depression into the point, that's going to make life hell for 83AR there. And if there's any sort of garrison on the point, not that you have a lot of options with all around you being open sand, it's going to be very, very difficult to keep spawns up.
Facing 160, 150 to the right.
And confirmed he is on that south side of WN71 and currently traveling east, assuming to get over to that ridgeline.
To his Tiger, friendly Tiger.
Yep, pushing right alongside a friendly armor who's taken some shots, so maybe these two guys can help each other out here.
It's in the
Yeah, don't have eyes.
Fucking ship,
Huh.
You got eyes now, Burger.
Nice.
Good kill.
Eyes down.
Burger's made a mite rug out of you, Rhodesy. He's made a right mug out of you.
Love hearing that from the Hell Let Loose Elite guys arguing about stealing kills while they take their tanks out of the spawn.
Definitely using that high ground pressure here. If we switch over to Ryan, it looks like that he has made it onto the kind of the valley off of that ridge line. I want to say that he is north of Dog White.
Yeah, getting some pressure going between capturing and losing here.
And they have started capping. He's in the middle of a dogfight right now. Let's see what happens here.
That's what happens, Herc. He dies
Yeah, I
because
know it.
we're first him.
Maybe we should just pick a view and stay there the whole match.
At least you can't be blamed when they inevitably die. So let's stick with Ryan because he does have a close OP, and that capture pressure is certainly mounting, in large part to the tanks that HLLE Elite has brought to the battle here.
And they are definitely applying that pressure. We won't switch over to him, but we can see Floor's screen. He's constantly getting killed. He's one of the tankers for 83. Just trying to get to a tank, trying to do anything to get out of that middle spawn, and he's just getting taken down by HLLE's tanks.
Yeah, let's go back to Burger as he's kind of just shelling the point here while the attacker and defenders are in the KIA screen. But I did notice earlier on Flournoy's perspective that it looks like they had the exit blocked with the tank husk. So I know you could get through that with the tank anyway, but just devastating amount of destroying the armor before it could even get out of the ship.
And I really think that that's what's done it for HLLE. As they capture this last point, I think that tank presence is really what allowed that pressure to continue in a massive way. Good job to HLLE.
Yeah, fantastically played by them. Really pushed the American team into the Atlantic there. It was extremely well fought by both, but that pressure at the end there was just too much. Once HLLE Elite was kind of able to secure that northern side of WN7 and push down into the south, it was too much for 83AR to recover from in some respects. So well played by both teams, but especially HLLE Elite, it's great victory and congratulations.
Definitely well played by 83AR. They held out for a long time. They definitely did not allow HLLE to immediately apply pressure onto that next point. They held their own, established that defensive line, and I think they would have continued to hold had HLLE not worked together with that infantry and armor to kind of pinch into that point and just make it unsurvivable for 83AR.
100%. It can't be understated. HLLE Elite was the second place in last season, so a very, very good clan. So 83R can hang their hat, hold their head high, and feel like they played a great game because they really did, and they were able to stave off pressure that maybe other teams would fold under. So again, really, really great job by both teams.
Absolutely. And to all of those who have tuned in, thank you again for watching another episode of the TPL Cast stream editions. We are definitely enjoying doing these. Still a work in progress as we work through technical issues, but we're definitely doing our best to bring you guys the best product that we can. With that being said, we would not be able to do it without Tritium. Thank you very much for the production side. It's definitely above my head. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks Tritium, and thank you to all the streamers who volunteered their perspectives. Like Tritium being integral to this, you all in the clan community and you who offer your perspectives are just as important. So thank you all for participating and working with all of us to make this as best as it can be.
With that being said, guys, pay attention. We will announce the next round's stream match as soon as we can figure that out. We'll have to try to make it work around all of our schedules. So give us a little bit. We'll have that announced. And we honestly cannot wait to see you guys on the next one.
Thank you all.
That's right. Thank you for watching. And that's it for me. Tritium out. Watch you guys.
See you in the next one.
See ya.